A good player experience is a core requirement of any music service, and my player kind of sucked, so that's what I've been working on. The first thing I did was I added a track queue, so that when one track finished, the next one would start playing. That alone was such an improvement because now I could actually listen to cassette in the background while I, worked and did other things. If you remember, all the tracks that I uploaded for testing, they were from my SoundCloud likes, which were mostly collected when I was a teenager. And it turns out what you like as a teenager, you might not necessarily like at age 30. So the next feature I had to add was a skip, like to skip tracks. There's a really nice web media API that lets you use the media keys on a device, which gives you like background music control. Linking my queue up to that made such a big difference. It actually made it feel so real. I was really surprised in particular how native the experience feels on iOS out of the box. You get background playing, skipping, seeking, album art on the home screen, all that. It's pretty cool. Skipping was a big improvement, but I also wanted to start collecting good songs, so I added a basic likes system. You can just hit the heart next to a track to add it to your likes or your favorites. I also added a hidden feature where if you double tap the play pause media key on your device, that will also like the track. The idea is that if you're listening in the background, you can save a track without having to swap programs. The largest visual change was that I stopped using the default HTML audio element and I built custom controls for everything. I added a new state management library to do this called Zustand, which made this really straightforward. The player timeline was one of the trickier interactions to get right. In an audio player, you don't actually want the track to skip until you actually stop seeking and let go and you stop dragging. But there isn't actually an event emitted for that from an HTML slider input. To implement this, I had to manually track the mouse up and down movement and manage the scrubbing myself, but I'm super happy with the final result. While I was there, I also added much better mobile styles, so the site now actually works on mobile phone. The other crazy thing that happened was after I posted my last video, people actually started making accounts, and some people even started uploading tracks, which was amazing. It was such a cool feeling to be working away on cassette, refresh the page and see a new track appear, as I was building it. So thank you so much to everyone who's uploaded, it's been amazing. Considering now that some people were actually using it, I decided to sort of make a proper homepage experience. I added a latest page that just shows the most recently uploaded tracks, and I also added a random page that just randomly fetches tracks just to keep things fresh on the homepage. The number one complaint from the last video was that email verification didn't work, so I solved this by just turning it off, but then I immediately got a bunch of spam in my database. To set up proper email verification, I need an actual domain name. I was really committed to the name cassette, but almost all of the cassette-related domains were super expensive. But I found cassette.world, and it kind of grew on me, so that's what I got now. I actually spent way too much time since the last update researching performance and caching, but I'm going to save that for another video. It's a whole topic. Next, I'm going to work a bit on track management. You can't actually edit or delete tracks currently, and I really want to make the artist profiles look a whole bunch nicer. But that's where we're at. If you want to try it out in its current state, take a look at cassette.world. There is a link in the description. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.